Today we are going to find the solution of a linear system using a very famous method. The name of this method is not important right now, but will be recalled at the end of the video and will be widely explained and discussed in the following videos, so stay tuned. The system we want to solve today is the following: x plus y plus z plus w equal to 2, first equation. Then second equation, x minus y plus z minus w equal to 0. Third equation, 2x minus y plus z plus 2w equal to minus 2. And finally, y plus 4z plus 2w equal to 0. Now, from this system, we easily compute its augmented matrix. The pink entries to the left of the vertical line are nothing but the coefficients of the variables x, y, z, and w. The green entries at the right of the vertical line are the constant terms of the system. We will transform the matrix into a simpler one using 3 operations between rows, which will not affect the final result of the systems. So remember, we can interchange 2 rows, we can multiply a row by a non-zero scalar alpha, and we can add to one row the multiple of another row by a scalar alpha. Now let's start. The main idea is that we would like to obtain a matrix with a lot of zeros, at least in the bottom left corner, here. Let's start by eliminating the first number of the second row, using only the operations recalled before, this number 1. So here we do row 1 minus row 2, and the result will be written in the new row 2. Then we will copy the other rows unchanged. Let's go. We have 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. Minus 1 minus 1, which is equal to minus 2. 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. Minus 1 minus 1, which is equal to minus 2. And finally, 0 minus 2, which is equal to minus 2. The second step is the following. We are going to do row 3 minus twice row 1, and the result will be written in row 3. So let's go. We have 2 minus 2 times 1, which is equal to 0. Minus 1 minus 2 times 1, which is equal to minus 3. 1 minus 2 times 1, which is equal to minus 1. 2 minus 2 times 1, which is equal to 0. And finally, minus 2 minus 2 times 2, which is equal to minus 6. And we go on with the following step. Now we have a vertical line of almost all zeros. We want to modify the number minus 2. This is why we are going to divide the second row by minus 2. And we will write the result in the second row of the new matrix. Here we go. The final result will be 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. We are dividing by minus 2. And we copy the other lines. We go on with the fourth step. Here we have the last matrix. We want to modify the number minus 3. We want it to become 0. This is why we are going to do the following transformation. R3 plus 3 times R2. And we will write the result in the row 3. So let's go. We have 0 plus 0, which is equal to 0. Minus 3 plus 3 times 1, which is equal to 0. And minus 3 disappears. Minus 1 plus 3 times 0, which is equal to minus 1. 0 plus 3 times 1, which is equal to 3. And finally, minus 6 plus 3 times 1, which is equal to minus 3. In the next step, we will eliminate the number 1 in order to obtain a matrix where instead of 1, we will have the number 0. Let's go. So this is what we are doing. R4 minus R2, row 4 minus row 2, and we will write the result in the fourth row. 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 4 minus 0 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. And we have our new matrix with an extra 0. Let's go on. In the following step, we want to eliminate the number minus 1. We want to make it 1. This is why we just multiply the third row by minus 1. And this is very simple. We obtain the matrix where the third line is given by 0, 0, 1, minus 3, 3. And we copy all the other lines. In the next computation, we will like to cancel the number 4, and we want to make it 0. So this is why we need to do R4 minus 4 times R3. This will allow us to eliminate the number 4 and to obtain the number 0. We will write the result in the fourth row. Let's start. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0 again. 4 minus 4 times 1 is equal to 0. 1 minus 4 times minus 3 is equal to 13. And finally, minus 1 minus 4 times 3 is equal to minus 13. And this is the final result that we obtain. Now, we only would like to modify the number 13 in order to transform it into the number 1. This is why we simply divide the fourth row by 13. In this way, we obtain 0, 0, 0, 1, minus 1. And the last matrix after the 8th step has a huge diagonal of number 1, this one, below which we have a lot of zeros. Here we have two choices. Either we stop and we try to solve the system with the data that we have, or we work a little bit more on the matrix in order to obtain something even nicer. Let's keep making smart operations on the matrix, and at the end, we will see what to do if instead we want to stop here. But let's go on. Let's go on with the 9th step. We now want to eliminate all the numbers, if we can, because it is not always possible, above the diagonal of 1. In general, we don't even have a diagonal, because not all the matrices will have this shape. But in this case, yes. So let's try to eliminate all the numbers above the diagonal. So first of all, we try to eliminate the number minus 3. In order to obtain this, we are making the following operation. Row 3 plus 3 times the fourth row. And we are going to write the result in the third row. So we obtain 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. 0 plus 0 again is equal to 0. 1 plus 3 times 0 is equal to 1. Minus 3 plus 3 times 1 is equal to 0. And finally, 3 plus 3 times minus 1 is equal to 0. And this is the final result that we obtain. Now we would like to eliminate the number 1 that we have here. And we proceed as follows. We are going to do R2 minus R4, and we are going to write the result into the second row. So let's start. 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. And 1 minus minus 1 is equal to 2. And we obtain a new matrix with an extra 0. Now we only need to work on the first line, on the first row. We need to eliminate one after the other the numbers 1, 1, and 1. But which ones? This, and this. Let's start by the letter, this one. So we do row 1 minus row 4, and we are going to write the result into the row 1 of the new matrix. Now we understood how those computations work. 1 minus 0 is 1, 1 minus 0 is 1 again, 1 minus 0 is 1 again, 1 minus 1 is 0, and 2 minus minus 1 is 3. And this is the new matrix with an extra 0 that we have obtained. Let's go on from this new matrix. We want to eliminate this one here. Let's go on. Then we do row 1 minus row 3, and we are writing the result into the row 1 of the new matrix. So it's 1 minus 0, 1, 1 minus 0, 1, 1 minus 1 equal to 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, and 3 minus 0 is equal to 3. And we are almost done. We are about to cancel the last element above the diagonal. So we start from the last matrix that we obtained, and we are doing row 1 minus row 2, and we are writing the result into the row 1 of the new matrix. 1 minus 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, and we canceled it. 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, and 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. And that's it. We obtained the last matrix. We can't work any further. Well, we can, but it wouldn't be interesting. Why is this matrix so interesting? Because the vertical line of green numbers gives us the solution to our system. More precisely, we have x equal to 1, y equal to 2, z equal to 0, and w equal to minus 1. And that's it. We finally solved the system using only operations on the rows of the augmented matrix associated to our system. But now, let's come back to the previous question. What could we do if we stopped before step 9? Could we solve the system anyway? Could we find a solution? The answer is yes. So let's see the matrix that we obtained back then. We can associate a new system to this matrix, which has the same solution of the original one, because we got to this only through those 3 permitted operations between rows. From this system, we obtain the following. We start from the bottom of the system and we go upward. So we have w equal to minus 1. We replace it into the third equation, z minus 3 times w equal to 3, in order to obtain z equal to 3 times minus 1 plus 3, which is equal to 0. And this coincides with the other solution that we already found. We do the same with the second equation, which was y plus w equal to 1. We know that w is equal to minus 1. Then we have that y is equal to minus minus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. Finally, from the first equation, x plus y plus z plus w equal to 2, we obtain the final value, which is the value of x, which is given by minus 2, minus 0, minus minus 1 plus 2, which is equal to 1. We replaced the value of each variable, y, z, and w, and we obtained the value of x. The 2 methods that we saw today are either called Gaussian elimination or Gauss-Jordan elimination, depending on when we stop. But today we only wanted to show step by step all the computations needed in order to solve one system. We will give more details about those 2 methods and how to understand when we need to stop, starting from the next video. But it will be a long journey. About that, that's it for today, but stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much again. Bye.